Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danni Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hello, welcome back. I know it's been a whole week since we had a show. It's been crazy to do so many and then have a bit of a week in between, but I had to do something or you wouldn't have been able to hear me this week. Tell us what you've been up to, what music you've been listening to through the week. There's been a lot of new releases in the last few weeks, so it's great to hear. So tell us what you've been listening to and what you're liking. We've got James Johnston joining us, and we've got plenty to chat to him about today. It's been a big year for him already. But if you do have questions or things that you want to know, pop them in the comments and we'll try and get to as many as we can. We're going to welcome James into the room. Hello.
G'day. How you going?
Welcome. We're back to different screens again. I got used to being in the same room.
It was nice. It was nice to like sit and have a chat, face to face. But I kind of like this too. It's like you're in your little bedroom, I'm somewhere in your studio. I'm in my little studio. Something flash, but it's good to be here.
Perfect. It feels more comfortable, doesn't it? It does feel nice.
A little bit. It is.
I've got slippers on. It's much more comfortable. It's actually been cold today. It's not normally cold, but it's been cold today. So
you can send a bit of that our way. It's so hot here at the moment. It's absolutely ridiculous.
You're Queensland, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
Just near Brisbane there.
Yeah. Okay. So fairly hot. It's been really, really hot here right up until the last couple of days, and it's sort of just died off a bit. But I think we're feeling it because we had that real high heat over Tamworth and now.
For sure.
But how are you feeling? If you had any break since you left Tamworth, have you had a few days to rest?
Yeah, a little bit. It was pretty full on. So off the back of Tamworth, obviously I released a new song and there's a whole lot of work that happens around there. So there was no break coming into that. And then obviously driving that song. I think Sunday I took a little bit of time off, which was good. And straight back into the studio. But it's been good. Like, I like being busy. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not one that's likes to sit there. I get restless when I'm not busy. So for me, being busy and all these things happening, it's kind of exciting.
It's kind of good. It's your normal. But Tamworth this year for you, you've done many Tamworths over the years. This must have felt like a pretty special one. You won People's Choice Awards, you won Golden Guitars, 2 of them, and on top of your year last year, how did it feel in Tamworth? Did it feel like it had all come together, the whole 12 months that you'd had?
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock, if I'm being completely honest. There's been a few moments throughout the last 12 months that have felt like that, and definitely, I don't know. It was kind of crazy. I didn't know what I was going to walk into. I knew that, like, obviously we had the show and the show had sold out, which was huge. And the nominations for Golden Guitars, but definitely being there and just kind of walking down the street and seeing so many people, like having some people come up to me and like playing the fan zone stage, and it just being absolutely packed. And like, there was just this energy that was kind of there that was pretty surreal, to be honest. It was the whole week. I was like, this is crazy. I can't believe this is kind of happening. You sometimes get disconnected with your own, with what's happening outside of, yourself. I think, like, I'm here and I spend a lot of time, just working and in the studio and all that sort of stuff. But to actually, go out there and just kind of see people and how they're kind of excited about the music and everything, it was really good.
It was really good watching you. I know that when we chatted, watching you coming in, people were just coming up feeling comfortable to say hi, and it was just so nice to see people coming up, really knowing who you are, knowing your music, and you could see you were reaching at a lot of different age groups in that audience as well.
That was really exciting. I love seeing like so many kind of young people coming into music. I think that's actually on the big part of is being actually social media, TikTok, seeing a lot of, which has kind of exposed my music and country music in general just to a new audience. And I think that's really exciting. At the end of the day, this genre only survives off the back of, new people coming and being exposed to it. And I was excited that at my gig, there was a lot of, kind of young people there that were loving country music. It's great.
Yeah. I know when I was talking in Tamworth, you were talking about you've been in music for such a long time, and you didn't feel like you had things ready to release. When you released that first song this time, did you know how far that was going to reach? Is that why you did it, or was it just one that just felt right for you? Because you've gone, a long time.
Yeah, you can never predict what's going to
No.
happen. Like, you can never predict what's going to happen in terms of, like, is the song going to connect and if it's going to work or anything. But at the same time, like, there was so many songs before that. That year I'd written a couple hundred, like 200 or 250 songs or something. It was so it felt right for me. And I also am a big one in road testing my songs. Like, I have a circle of people I send it to, and I remember I sent that song to a bunch of people and they got really excited. They're like, "That's it, you've got the song." And I was like, "Cool, all right, well, let's do it."
Yeah, and they've just kept coming since. It's just
exactly.
happening. Yeah, no, that's good. Tamworth, I know we're here to talk about your new single, but Tamworth, congratulations. Have you found a spot to put all of your awards?
They're right here next to you. So we've got, where are we? What's this one? The New Town of the Year.
Oh, how shiny.
Polished up, and I've also got the collaboration one with Kelly Bell.
That is special.
They're right here. I got them right in front of me. Good inspiration, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. But that felt weird carrying one of those home. They're heavier than you think too, aren't they?
They are. They got some serious weight to them. I was like, this is like, I can do a workout up on stage with this damn thing. It's cool. You know what? One of the things that I love about this that I found out is that there is a man that makes these and they're handcrafted, which I think is just makes it so much more incredible, because in this day and age when everything is mass produced and everything is just like, the fact that a man sits there and carves this out and makes everyone special, I don't know. When I found that out, I was really excited about that. I thought that's so cool. Like,
no, it is so special. It's so special. And how special for him knowing how important what he's making is too. That's for a lot of pressure.
Somebody told me there was like a big pushback. Apparently, that was this thing that they were going to get them mass produced and like just do like a cast iron version of this or whatever out of brass. And there was big pushback. So everyone's like, no, this is the guy that makes gold guitars, and this is a thing. And
that is special.
I love that. And I love that. I'm looking at the two of them, and they're different. It's like they're kind of unique. Each one. It's kind of cool.
Different. Yeah. Well, imagine when you get more, how different they're all going to look.
Well, we never know. We'll see what happens. But that would be pretty cool.
Now, your latest single, "Got It Good," how is that going for you?
It's been great. It's actually been out of the gate. It's in terms of like numbers and everything. It's been pretty it's been going good. Someone just told me today it was like day 5, and it was the most streamed song that I've put out to date at the time, which is really exciting. I think we nearly got something like nearly 200,000 streams on it since it got put out on the weekend. So, which is really good. That's really exciting. And at the end of the day, for me, it's like, it's that thing. Like, I'm still an independent artist. I think a lot of people see playing a big show and all the rest of it. But we have a very, very small team. There's not a big record label. There's not these big budgets behind it. And we are here. I'm the graphic designer. We're the producers. We're doing everything. And I think at the end of the day, my career has been so built off the back of fans. It's been built off the back of people that are going out looking for my music and streaming it. It's not kind of getting shoved down throats of people to be like, this is the next thing that you have to listen to. And that's really exciting. That's what it means a lot to me, that's the way it is, because it's grassroots. It's built from the community.
I was actually going to touch on that you are still independent and how special that is. Do you think that you want to stay at this stage? Is that you are enjoying that side of it? Because it does take the pressure off to be with a label and have that help. But you guys are working really well together. Is that something that you want to continue for now?
Yeah, I'm not one of those people that are like anti-labels. I'm really not. It has been the thing at the moment that it's just been the best decision for me to stay independent. And being here in Australia, and we bring certain people in that we think are the best fit for certain songs, and we have a team. Don't get me wrong, it's not just me or my manager. There is other people that we bring on board, but it's been it's been the best thing so far. At the same time, maybe in the future, the best thing for me is to sign to a record label and all that sort of thing. And I'm not against that. I really am not. Like, I am proud that I'm an independent artist, but I'm also not one of those like advocate, like hardline, I have to be independent. No, it has just been the best thing at this stage.
And it's working for you right now. And you should be proud, because it is really hard to get to do what you've done being independent. It does triple that work. And as you said, you know, you're doing the graphic design. You've released, and it is in the comments actually for this single, you've released a lyric video.
Yeah.
But you've done it a bit differently. Was that your idea to put that? Did you design that, to put it together with you singing in the barn and the lyrics coming up?
That was a funny story. So we went to go and film it, and we just hired this little Airbnb. And the initial idea was to do a single shot video. So it was like I was walking down the road through the paddock, and it was going to be a single shot lyric video. And we filmed it. Which I thought it was cool. And if you ever go onto my TikTok, you'll see that I do a lot of this sort of thing. And actually, My People, the last song I put out, I did that, right? And I was like, but I want to do a level up. So I got a good videographer, like as a mate of mine, but he's great at what he does. And we're like, let's do this thing. We shot it, and we just sat there. And we're like, doesn't look that good, does it? No. and this was only a few days before the song came out. So we ended up, so we pulled into the garage of this Airbnb. There was this timber wall, kind of similar to what you're looking at what I'm looking at right now in the background of this. There was this great timber wall. We're like, well, that's kind of cool. What could we use with that? So on the spot, we came up with this idea, and we threw a bunch of dirt on the ground because the concrete looked terrible. So we threw dirt on the ground, and we had the backdrop, and then I kind of just like moved from part to part.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, the funny bit of it is that so that was the whole thing. And then my videographer sent me that footage. He said, all right, now do with it what you want to do. And I sent it off to somebody to put lyrics over it.
Yeah.
And the night it came back, so the release was happening the next day. And the night it came back, I sent it to him, and I said, oh, what do you think? And he wrote back, and he said, I hate it. He said, it looks terrible. And I said, and he said, like, just wait a few minutes. And he sent me just like a few seconds of what he envisioned, which is what you see now.
Yes.
And he said, like, can I just do it? You know, and I said, go for it. And he said, I think it's going to take me 7 or 8 hours, but I'm just going to keep working until it's done. So he ended up finishing at 3 o'clock in the morning and posted it at 3 o'clock in the morning. And what you see now is that exact thing. So I'm pretty proud of it. I think it actually looks really cool. And he was dead right. What I'd sent him originally with the lyrics was just, it looked terrible.
It does look great. It is good fun. And it's I like it, because sometimes when I think you hear of a lyric video, sometimes I've seen quite a few that just aren't great. And I always get nervous when I click on a lyric video. And when I watch that, I'm like, oh, this is brilliant, because it's not a film clip, but it is. Like, you've got that best of both worlds.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, because like I haven't done film clips for every single one of my songs. I've only done professional film clips for one of my songs. And that's been a kind of deliberate decision, because film clips are really expensive. Like, and like as an independent artist, you're constantly thinking like, where's the best place to put my money? You know, like, are we better off putting it into getting somebody to promote it, or like, are we going to be spending money here on marketing, or we're going to be spending money on video clips? And they're really expensive to create video clips. And we
don't have a huge platform for them at the moment to watch them on.
That's the other thing. Like, there isn't the days of video clips being a game changer. It's kind of about the song, you know, and if the song's not there, you can have the best video clip in the world, but if the song's not connecting, it's not going to really do anything, you know? So that was the way that I kind of found the balance. And if Got a Good really goes well, absolutely, we'll do a video clip for it and kind of get that out there. But it's like, these are all the kind of the decisions that I said, you know, if I was with a major label, it probably wouldn't even be a thought. We'd be doing a video clip. All that money,
you're doing this on Tuesday,
absolutely. But it's when it's coming out of your back pocket, you know, you've got to be a bit more strategic about those decisions.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think what we see as a result of you doing that is we get more of what that song came out to you as well. We get more of the personal side of it and see how much it means to you as well when you've got your finger in all of those pies at the moment, which is really nice to see as well. Yeah,
absolutely. I think there is not much of a filter between the creative and what people see. You know, at the end of the day, like, what you see and what you hear, it's like, that's a pretty good representation of what I want. I'm not compromising. I don't have a whole team of people around me saying, you know, you should release this next, or you got to do this identity or whatever. What you hear is the thing that I think I can do the best at the time. And and that's absolutely what I'm putting out.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, the story Got It Good. It's personal to you, but I imagine people have been messaging you and telling you what their take has been on that for them. Have you had some nice stories coming through of people sort of personalizing it to their life as well?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the cool things, like TikTok, I think I've had like 1,500 people make videos with that song already and sharing their stories. And like music for me, I believe wholeheartedly in the idea that a song, as soon as it's out, no longer becomes your song. And I think the success of a song is when that actually happens. I think a song is successful when other people take ownership of it. Got It Good to me is that's my story, and I write from my personal experience. But I don't want it to people to think, oh, James has got it good. Like I want people to listen to that song and go, I've got a job, and I might not be rich, I might not be living in a mansion, but I got like somebody at home that loves me, and I've got a nice house, and I've got a roof over my head, and you know what? I've actually got it pretty damn good, don't I? And that's the whole message of the song, because that's how I feel. With everything that happens, the success and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
At the core of it, for me, it's like, if I got family, if I got people that love me, and I'm lucky enough to do what I love, like that's pretty cool. Like I feel like I've got it good. Whatever happens on top of that, that's just a bonus.
Right. Yeah, that's right. You've actually already won. You're already doing what you love. You've got an amazing support team, and you couldn't do things to the level that you're doing without that support team.
No, not at all.
Wouldn't be what we're seeing now. Wouldn't be there if you didn't have that to build you up.
Not at all. And like that, that's my wife, that's my kids, that's my mom and dad. Like it takes a whole team of people. And I've been I've been doing music my whole life, right? And I've had a crack at it at different times, and I just wasn't ready. Like, I think having that like foundation to build everything upon, and that foundation being a family that I get to come home to, is absolutely an incredibly important thing.
It is. And it's a bit grounding too, because at 3 a.m. when you're awake with the kids,
coming home and change nappy or something is like as a good reality check,
Walk a red carpet and you change your nappy at midnight that night. Yep. You're not going to get more grounding than that, are you?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh dear. So what does 2023? It still feels weird to say that. What is coming for you this year? This is your first single for the year. What are the plans? Are you going to have more singles coming? An album? What are you thinking?
Yeah, like I'm working towards an album, but I'm also in no hurry. There's definitely going to be more singles before an album. That album might be end of the year, early next year. Like I want to make something that's really special. Like I believe in the idea of making an album that actually has a lot of weight to it, and I want to come out with a bang. I want to make that album. People go, where did this come from? And that takes time. It takes writing a lot of songs. It takes writing 100 songs to get 3 songs. It's like that's the truth. Like that's how I see it. So I want to make sure it's something really special. Getting out there and doing shows. Like I'm not doing heaps of shows. I'm doing like a handful of shows. I also believe in that. Like I want to make my shows a moment each time. The way it's like coming into Tamworth and selling out the track. That's the kind of show that I want to put on. Like I'm probably not going to go out there and play heaps of small shows. I want to make my shows feel really special. Like I want people to come to a James Johnston show and experience something they've never experienced before. It's not just a normal show in a bar or something. I want them to have an experience and do something that they've never seen in country music. Like I just spent all afternoon on the phone to a lighting designer and a pyro guy and a bunch of stuff, and we're just like my Tamworth show, we're completely building it from the ground up again. Like even though we created the lights and created the vision, we're starting again, and we're making it better. Like we're taking everything we learned from that show and making it better again. And that's what I just want to keep doing. That I want to do things that nobody's seen before.
And the other side, again, still independent. You're doing all that work to get what you did in Tamworth. There's a hell of a lot of work behind the scenes and a lot of practicing to get that all to work. It's the reason that it feels so special is also because you've got to put so much into it to get to that level. So it's special for you and your band, and special for the audience as well, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think like, when you've just got to, it's that taking big risks, like we sold out the entertainment center and we poured every single dollar back into that show. Like not everyone would really do that, like I was like, because that's not the end of the road for me. Like I don't, as exciting as that was, and it was incredible to do that, That was my first ticketed show. Like, we're only just getting started, you know, like I want to, and we've got plans, and I talk about like traveling, but you know, I want to bring country music as a celebration into Australia in a way that people haven't seen before. Like, I want to go back out to the regions and put on concerts with 5,000-10,000 people and deliver an experience that people haven't seen out in the country ever in Australian country music. And everything that I'm doing and everything and putting the money and risk and everything, it's like, I don't know. I want to do something. I want to do something different, you know?
You're the modern day Slim Dusty, because that's what he did. He would go from show to show in the outback in places that people had never toured to before to do that.
Absolutely.
It's that modern day feel, really, isn't it? It's the modern day version of that, because without him doing that to build us in the industry to get to where we are today, it's the start of it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think going back and keeping it, like the idea of keeping it country, you know, like I really want to do that. Like, I don't want to go and put my headline show on in Brisbane or in Sydney. No. As much as like I love that there's people listening. I don't discredit people living in Sydney listening to country music. I love that, but I want to celebrate country ideas. You know, I want to go out in the country and put on big events in the country and have people come there, roll up in their utes, throw out the swag, and it's an event, and it's an experience that people haven't had before, and do it out in the country. Like, I really believe in that.
That is going to be fun. I can't wait to come to one of those shows very soon.
Definitely.
We've got so many people popping in to say hello. Paula has popped in, and she said that she loves your music. And Rick, you've probably talked to Rick Nash before. He said to say hello, and he's chatting to you tomorrow. There you go.
Right, looking forward to it. Paula, I know well. She's always commenting on my social stuff, so good to see you on here, Paula.
She's such a great supporter of country music, isn't she? Jackie has jumped in and said to say hello. Jonathan has popped in, and he's saying hi. And Paula said, "Congratulations! The awards were well deserved. They really are." And just hearing you talk, the more that you talk, and the more that you're willing to put into shows for us to have something to take home, and that's what we want. That's what we needed in this industry. We've needed it for a long time. Brendan has got.
I have to say, Paula, I love that you use emojis on all your comments. I love it. It's like a celebration. Every comment's a celebration. I love it. I love it.
It is, and I look for those emojis. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that one before. It's lovely. It's great. Brendan has popped in and said to say congratulations, and Kaz as well. And she said that what did Kaz say? She said, we appreciate the work that goes into your shows and the hard indies work. Yeah, exactly. Julie has also said, awesome to watch, love your music and smile, never stop being the awesome you.
Thanks, Julie. And everyone's so nice. I appreciate all the love.
I love it. It's so nice. And Pauline is well done. Congratulations. You deserve it.
Thank you.
It was lovely to be there and watch you get all those awards. And it was lovely to see you at a Tamworth where your hard work that you've been putting was really paying off. It was lovely to see that change. And I really think what you've got coming in the next few years is going to be so exciting. But we get to see you from the beginning of the chapter, which is really nice as well.
Yeah, I love that this community in country music is the best community, and I can say that very, very wholeheartedly because as a kid, I grew up in country music. I went away from country music for a little while when I was probably 16. You know, as you do, your parents love country music, so I was like, whatever they like, I like the opposite, right? You know, just rebellious team. And I went into the indie scene for a while. I was doing pop stuff. I did all that, and country music and the community and country music fans are just like so great. And everyone, and what I love about it is that I go and play a show and everyone's just so friendly and everyone's there for a good time and everyone's there to just say good day. And it's, I think keeping that at the core of anything, you know, never forgetting that at the end of the day, I'm just a dude that sings songs, you know, that's the truth. And somebody's out there that is just a person that is a nurse. Somebody's out there driving tractors, whatever it is. We're all just doing our thing that we like to do, you know, what we have to do, we're going to pay the bills, whatever it is. And I love that that's kind of rooted in country music. It's just that genuine authenticity. And I think that trickles through everything about this whole industry. And I think it's really exciting. I think it's a great thing.
It's interesting because the way that you're saying it, I completely understand. I've worked in different areas of the music industry for a long time, and country music is definitely the most welcoming, and it's almost like a safe feeling as well, because we're all fans, all of us are here because we love the music, and fans are not just fans, they're supporters and their family, and you get to know each other so well in this industry. It's just, and I think in our industry too, like watching the awards, for example, there was nobody in that room that didn't deserve to be there. And those that won still supported the others, and the others weren't disappointed for the people that won, because we actually all care and all support each other's careers in this. It's the competition it's not do or die. It's we'll support whoever wins because everyone deserves it.
Absolutely. And I think, and that's a great thing. And I think if that stays true throughout this industry, everyone will succeed. And what I think is great now is that with a changing industry like it is, and with country music exposed to new audiences and new audiences coming in, like there is room for everybody. There really is. And there is room for somebody like me that's doing more modern country, the rock country thing. There's room for, you know, traditional country listeners. And I think that's great. I think there's room for everybody. And at the core of it, if we just, you know, prop each other up and it's good values and all the good things that are rooted in country music, then it's still a good place to be.
100%. Jan has just popped in. You've probably met Naughty Nana out and about, I reckon.
I have definitely met Jan many times, yes.
She said that you could make a song out of a phone book and it would be a hit. You proved that backstage at Bribey Island, she said.
We need to get a phone book, and I'll grab my guitar and we'll see what comes out.
That's what we need to do. That's right. Next time we have you on, we'll bring a phone book and a guitar.
Hey, I'm open for the challenge. I reckon that sounds like a whole lot of fun. Let's do it.
It does, doesn't it? And there's lots of comments coming. I've missed a couple. Julie said, country music is the best, just like James Johnston. Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
I agree with the first part. Absolutely. Country music is the best.
And Rick said he seconds that. I think that we've just set a challenge. The next time that we have you on the show, we need a phone book and a guitar.
That sounds good. Well, I got the guitar. I haven't got the phone book, but
no,
maybe a newspaper or something.
Do they still deliver phone books? I don't actually know if I've had one for a while.
I don't think I've seen a phone book for 20 years, if I'm honest, but we'll find something to sing. You can just throw something at me.
It'll be like the new Spicks and Specs.
Yeah, as long as it's not some, you know, dirty book or something like that, that's not appropriate. We're going to make it a nice G-rated. I might get one of my kids' books or something.
Yeah, that's probably better. I've only got medical journals here. I don't think you really want to be singing about any of those.
I don't think I could probably read half of that, to be honest. So let's keep it under the age.
I should know it. But thank you so much for joining us again today. It's always lovely having you. But congratulations on the start of the year. It's been huge.
Thank you, Dan.
And I just can't wait to see you in the next few months, see where you're headed. It's an exciting journey.
No, I appreciate you having me on. And also, you know, we haven't mentioned it, but congratulations on the People's Choice Awards. I was the one that was lucky enough to read that out for you. So I feel very honored that I wasn't supposed to, and they just said, you want to read one more award? And it happened to be your award. So I'm very excited for you. Well done.
It was lovely. Thank you. I was a bit shocked when I got up on stage. I learned in Tamworth a few years ago, I watched one of my friends win an award and he didn't think he was going to win it and didn't have a speech prepared. And he completely mucked it up on stage when he won it because he was genuinely couldn't think. And I had a speech with the list of people I needed to thank, but it was in my bag and I didn't think that I was going to win it. And that was still down on my seat.
Well, I tell you a funny story about that too. I walked into the room as they were announcing the nominees for my category. That's when I walked in the room because I was coming off the back of another interview. And I walked in the room and I sat down. It was like, sat down, James Johnston. Okay, let's go and do this thing. I didn't have a speech. I wasn't prepared for any of it. I walked up on stage and just started to talk, and I guess something came out. But
it was really good. Yeah.
Even I had to perform, and by the way, Tamworth was just so hectic. There was so many things going on. I didn't know I had to perform until
I was going to ask that. You looked shocked.
Well, my manager kind of tapped me on the back, and he's like, Are you ready to go and do your thing? And I said, go and perform. And I said, I didn't know I was going to perform, but you know, rock and roll. Let's make it work. So, you know, anyway, it was fun. I was very honored, to win the award and everything. It was fantastic. So, but I certainly was not prepared.
It was funny. Yeah. And then they said, we'll get you to do another one. And your face, I'm like, I don't think that was planned either.
None of it was
fun. It made it more fun. But yeah,
I
that
think
was
somebody,
lovely.
I don't know who it was, but somebody, sorry, right? Somebody, kind of end up yelling out and telling me that I got to sing some song. But I think,
Yes,
by the way, I think that's my manager telling me that I've got to get on another interview. He's going to get stuck into me.
I
So I
reckon
better,
it is.
I better.
That's all right. Thank you so much for your time. And yeah, thank you to Jules and your manager and everyone that's so hardworking and always sending the interviews through to us. We really appreciate it.
No, it's great. Thanks for having me on, Danny. I really appreciate it.
No worries. We'll talk to you all later, everybody. We've got shows coming back next week. We've got quite a few coming. So we'll see you all very soon.
Sounds good. See you guys.